install your Ionic framework on your machine, we can start working with the first project, that is the Hello World, and I'll try to add something new for you. So it's not just only the Hello World one, but you can see a lot of things in this video clip. I'll try to show you the card, which is the one of the UI components in the Ionic, and I think you can easily do it if you follow the steps in this video clips. At first, you have to open your computer terminal or command prompt in Windows. In the folder or in the directory that you want. Now you can start using the Ionic start, and then it will ask you to use the app creation wizard. I think it's not necessary, and we will use the Angular one. So start with Angular and enter the project name, that is the Hello World, and it will ask you to show the template and which one that you want. But the first one that I want you to try is the blank one, and it will work with downloading and do a lot of things. After this, you will see the prompt again. If everything went fine, you will see the prompt. I said no for the Ionic account, not yet. Once you finish creating your first project, you see the directory here. So you will see the directory that you just put the name of your project here. This is Hello World. So I will go to the Hello World one, and you have to use your IDE, your editor that you prefer. But in my case, I will use the Visual Studio Code. That is very useful for the Ionic framework. So once you open your Visual Studio Code, you just open the folder and go to the directory that you just created in your computer. So you have to select the Hello World one, and now you see that here on the left side there are like the structure of this folder. So please go to the source code folder and go to the app one, and you see the home one. So there are a lot of files here, so we will work with this file. But before you can work with the folder, I recommend you to show what happened in your editing. So we will start with Ionic Serve, and it will launch the tester or the emulator. So you can see what happened if you edit some code. Once you call it, it will ask you, it will show you that here, this is the URL that you have to go to. So I will open I will use the Chrome one. So this is the localhost using the port number 8100. Okay. So this one is the code that you just created. So you can see that here is the blank application, and you can like, it is the responsive one. If you use Chrome, you can go to the more tools and show the developer tools and just change it to like the the resolution that you want. So use the developer tools and change it to this one. There are a lot of font that you can choose. For example, I use the like just only the Pixel 2XL. So this is the oh sorry, this is the layout that you can see. Okay, this one is the size of the screen of the your phone that you just select. Okay, so now once you can see that, please go to the starter of the source code that you just created. This one is the homepage.html that is in the home folder, under the app folder, and under the source folder. So I will expand this to show you. So you can see that there are like the source code here, and it will tell you that you can start with Ionic UI component. So I will click this one, and it will show the detail of how can you use the interface. So we can start with try to edit something here. For example, the title, you can see that this one is the Hello World application. So we can set here, and you can see the result that once you change the Ion title here, you can see that this one is already changed. So that's all for the Hello World one. But once you can see the UI components, there are a lot of nice interface, nice component that you can use. I'll show you the first one, that is the card. That is very important one and very nice one. You can see the detail here, and please choose the Angular one, and you can see that this one is like a component Ion card. So you can copy the source code here, and you can put it under the header. So, and then save it. Once you save it, you will see the change in your mobile application. So this one is the card title, and this is the card subtitle. Card title. This is the card subtitle, and this is the card title. So let's try to change something. First card, and you can show the card title here, like for example, I try to show something like the Dragon Club, for example. This one, once you save it, you see here is already changed. Okay, so it's really nice, right? And you can do something else, right? Like for example, you can see that you can use the icon here. Oh, there are a lot of icons that you can use, right? So there are some kind of card that you can use the icon also here. So you can see that you can use some icon and put some icon in your card. Like if I put my icon here, you will see the result. Oh, I will change this one to be the ion card with more complex, like this one. If anything wrong happen with your code, it will like gone like disappear. So you can change the type of your card. You can do like here. If I change the card icon name to be football, you can see that this one is already changed, right? And you can see that we have a button here, so you can click this one. I'll tell you later about the detail of this button. Okay. So I'll change it to second club. Okay, and then you can find some image. For example, if I choose this one, I will copy the image address, and here in our icon, in our card, I will change the content to be the image first. Image source is just put the URL here, and you have to enclose this. Okay, so that's all. So you will see now you can see the image of Chicken Club that we downloaded. We use it from Google site. Okay, so that's all. It's easy, right? And you can put the content here under this one, for example. So I will copy the content and put it here. This one will be the result. Okay. Okay, and if you don't need this one, you can delete it. Okay, so it's like very easy to modify everything here. Like if you move the source image to outside the content, so you can see that the image is already here and the details is here. Okay, so this is the one that you can work with the card. I'll show you how can we change after we know the how can we create a layout, how can we work with the layout. I just try to adjust something like add the icon to the subtitle and change the subtitle to Liverpool, and show that this is a card of the Chicken Club. And maybe you can imagine that maybe I can add another player under the Chicken Club, and put it like 25 cards, each card for each player, something like that. But that is the layout. But guys, in this part, I'll show you how can we work with the variable. So to work with the variable, I'd like to get the values of the input first. So you can go to the Ionic UI component and go to the ion input, and then just there are many kinds of input, so you can select one of them, like going to ion input. using this one. So I will add it under the header. So the placeholder is the text that is shown in your input box. So it is something like this. So you can see that you can enter the input here. Okay, so the way that you can bind the input from this box to some variable is we could use ng model that you can put inside this Ion input. This is the way that you can get the input from your mobile application. So I will use ng model to get the values from the input. So in this part, I will use, this is the way that you can define the ng model or angular model. So use the square bracket and the normal bracket and use ng model and make it equal to the name of your variable. So for example, I use the title values to be our variable, and you have to declare this variable inside this type script, the homepage.ts, home.page.ts, and you can see that this one is a class of homepage. And the way that you can declare the variable is same as the way that you did with Java. So but it is the JavaScript or TypeScript here. So you can use the title values as the type of string and then end a statement by semicolons. So this is the way that you can define your variable. So this is the variable that bind with these title values that comes from this input. Okay, so I will bind this to some output. So for example, if I change the input here, for example, I change this placeholder to your new title, and you can see that on the left side, this one is already changed to your new title. And then I will bind it to here, the Ion card title. Instead of fix it to be Jurgen Club, I will use it to be the name of our variable. That is, this is the way that you can refer to your ng model title value. So this is title value 1. So you can use a double curly bracket. So save it. And you can see here, once you don't have the title yet because you didn't enter something here, right? So this value is like disappeared from the title. I can type my new title. Can you see? This one is the input and this is a part of output. Okay, so you can change it to Jurgen Klopp again. For example, our box. For this is the way that you can change, or the way that you can bind the values from the input to the output. Then I show the output somewhere in our card using the title. Again, you have to use the ng model here. Use ng model and bind this input to ng model or angular model to the name of the variable, and you have to declare your variable here in this homepage class. Okay. So I hope you enjoy this one, but someone said that okay, I don't like this one because once you change it, you don't want it to be like change it immediately. Maybe you need something like the button, the button to make your title appear once you finish typing it. Okay, so I change and try to add something new. In this case, I will use the button. So look at this. I will use the button here. So this is a button. This is the Ion button. So you can click on Ion button and you can see that there are many decorations here. For example, if I use the simplest one, this one, I will use this one. Expand it to be full and fill with outline style. The outline style is like just only show the outline of your button. So I will try to add this one under this input. So I will add it to here under the input. Our input is here, right? So I'll add the button here, save it, and you check your layout on your screen. So you can see that this one is the button that is outlined and filled with expand with full. So you can change it to be like expand. You can show here block of full. So if I change it to block, what happened? Let's see the result here. So you can see that this one is the block, and this is full. Okay, so maybe you cannot see the difference here. No worry. So you can see that this one is like a block here, not the full one. So I'll change it to block and fill with outline. So I will change it to update the title. Okay, once you finish, you save it, and you can see the caption of this button is changed into update title. Okay, now it's time for us to make the programs knows that how can you add some function to get the click. So the idea is quite simple. You can use this method click equal to the function name, that is set title. Okay, so the idea is I will use the set title once the program is once someone click on the button. So I will go to the TypeScript here, and I must add the method to receive that click. This is the set title, right? So I'll use a set title, and then I will change it. Like I will have two variables. One variable is the variable of the title here, and one variable is the input here. So I will use show title values, that is a string. That the show title values will be the values of this title. So I will change it that this one is show title values. Okay, so this time you have to, in the set title, you have to get the value of title values and set it to show title values. So let's see. In this method, just set the show title values equal to this dot title, this dot title values. That's all. I'm sorry that I forgot to add the open and close parentheses here. So once you save everything now, you can change it my new title and click on update title, and you will see that now the value is here. So you can use like it won't update in this title values yet, right? Oh, sorry, don't update in the show title value yet, right? Because you didn't click the update title. So once you click it, it will copy these values, that is the title values, into the show title values. So this is the way that you can add the method to your button. So I hope that you will enjoy working with our first application.